Ed, the protagonist of the story, is an explorer who breaks into abandoned places for thrill-seeking, recording the experiences and posting them online. His new target is a once-renowned theme park known as Indigo Park, founded by Isaac Indigo, which shut down after a mysterious and horrific accident, tainting its name many years ago. This time around, Ed is left to visit this place alone, as his companion refuses to join him before he figures out a way to break in and if he needs extra hand recording his adventure. Ed takes his trusty camera and ignores many do not enter signs at the fence of the park, breaking and entering. As he manages to break in, he is greeted by an AI mascot, Rambly the Raccoon, who goes on the general introduction dialogue. After analyzing Ed, it explains that he is the first guest since the closure of the park 2,920 days ago, which equates to 8 years, meaning the park has been closed for over 8 years. It's strange how the AI system is still functional after 8 years of being abandoned and not maintained, with Rambly constantly getting glitched out in a way, displaying some sort of eerie backstory which is shrouded in mystery. Going on the guest desk to log in, Rambly glitches and suddenly changes his demeanor, informing Ed he's not on the list, but he can surely get a large discount at the main gate.
Hi, I'm Rambly the Raccoon, and it's my job to make sure your experience here at Indigo Park is registered. Let me just get a good look at you. I don't seem to have your face in our guest list. Is this your first time here at the park, or did you just get plastic surgery? No worries, it's Rambly Tuesday, so you qualify for a big discount on your visit. Just follow me to the main gate. Ooh, I can't wait for you to see everything Indigo Park has to offer.
While at the main gate, Rambly explains that the gate is open and he can go right in, having some sort of pre-recorded audio, but all of a sudden he glitches out again, with his eye color changing, saying that the gate is actually not open and Ed needs to activate the generator to open the gate. This already raises concerns as Rambly is supposed to be an AI limited to the set of rules and dialogue, but in here he clearly contradicts himself, saying that guests need to be registered to access the park. Then he explains the guest, Ed, can get a large discount at the main gate, and eventually he changes his instructions yet again, explaining he can go right in after activating the generator. Something implies that Rambly is more than just an AI, feeling a lot more alive, having a mind of his own, somehow desperately trying to get Ed inside the park, overriding its limitations and policies of not letting people in for free. Maybe Rambly understands that it's been stuck in the park for 8 years alone and wants some company to help him break free somehow, or even get some company to fill the loneliness. Just before entering the actual park, passing the reception, Rambly pops on the many screens placed all over the resort, explaining Ed needs a wristband, or also known as Criticov, which is an electronic band allowing the visitors to utilize it in order to access parks, rooms, make payments, which also monitors heart rate, acts like a pedometer, and much more, which comes with a data disclosure agreement. It raises the question to what else this wristband is capable of, which could potentially expose Ed to danger. Rambly then encourages Ed to pass the gates and enter the park through a tunnel, which strangely collapses right after Ed gets in. Despite being a reason for concern, having solid heavy walls collapse and very likely trap Ed in, he oddly doesn't pay much mind to it and continues on with his adventure, as if being intrigued past the point of checking for clear red flags for his own safety. Through the tunnel, Rambly shows up on a screen again, reading a pre-recorded line with discount offers, which glitches again with his eyes turning green, making Ed's visit fully free, with Rambly speaking out of ordinary, saying something that is not part of the pre-written script. Subsequently, taking a ride on Rambly's railroad ride, Rambly introduces Ed to the other mascots and their parks. Mollie Macaw being a pilot and taking the visitors on a flight type of ride called Rooftop Races. Finley, a sea creature at the Oceanic Odyssey, being a sea serpent in an aquarium, and then reaching Lloyd Fort L. Lion, an actor whom Rambly doesn't like very much, disliking his pretentious persona, stealing the show and overshadowing Rambly. After the quick introduction, the ride comes to an end, with Ed finding an information kiosk where Rambly describes and explains collectibles Ed has found throughout the park. Going over the description of some items, it's clear Ed used to go to this park a lot as a child, having built many wonderful memories which he is reliving in the park now as part of nostalgia. Rambly also displays his dislike and jealousy towards Lloyd after showing his plushies.
And why do they only make one of Lloyd? Is it because he's the loudest? I can be loud too! Where's my limited edition throwback plush? Where's Mollie's? Where's Finley's? Give this mistake to a child and they'll cry.
Exploring some more and entering the theater, Ed comes across a life-sized humanoid Lloyd who's sleeping on the stage. Approaching it, this entity notices Ed and gets up, running away and disappearing with grace and with an unmatched speed. This is followed by a screen having Rambly explaining that Ed should be careful in the backstage as this critter cuff won't be able to resuscitate him if anything would happen. A very strange thing to say for exploring a supposedly harmless place which has been abandoned for over 8 years. Is there something dangerous that is lurking in the shadows which could be deadly if encountered? Something Rambly is not disclosing? Exploring the backstage, Ed sees glimpses of the humanoid lion, Lloyd, stalking him, when suddenly it lunges at him, trying to seemingly hurt him when a box falls on him, incapacitating him for the time being, when in an embarrassment he crawls back and goes back lurking in the shadows. Managing to leave the theater after some close encounter with the lion mascot, Rambly instructs Ed to go to Mollie's landing pad. There, Ed has an encounter with Mollie's mascot, who is a humanoid bird chasing after Ed with malice and deadly intent. Rambly pops on a screen saying how the staff room is off-limit to visitors, but seeing how Mollie mascot is chasing after him, he tells him to rush in and shuts the door on the mascot, which kills Mollie. This causes Mollie to bleed, which indicates that these mascots are living beings with functional organs. So it brings about the question to who these mascots are and what really happened in the park. Have they actually been trapped here for 8 years, and if so, how did they survive without eating? Is it any way related to the accident which led to the closure of the park and immediate evacuation of people? Very likely. It's possible one of these mascots attacked and maybe even killed a visitor, which led to the immediate evacuation of the park. While in the room, Rambly breaks his character and explains he knows things are not as they're supposed to be and he was alone for so long that he wanted the new visitor to have a good time here that he tried to hide all the problems. He expands that the park has gone into a bad state of repair, as it has been abandoned for such a long time with no visitor or staff visiting it ever since. He asks the protagonist to help repair the park to some extent, blaming the anger on the loneliness of the mascots who have become a little too aggressive. Deciding to help repair the park, Ed continues on going to Finley's Oceanic Odyssey when the first chapter comes to an end, with Rambly begging the protagonist to leave feedback, as good feedback would mean his survival, as after all, he's just an AI mascot, stuck in the screens who could be manipulated, changed, or even removed. The chapter ends with an interesting song until the next chapter comes to unveil more secrets of the park.
Got some time and you're up for a lark, stick around for the Rambly review. I'm here to offer my best to each valuable guest I assist. And lots of happy feedback ensures I get to exist. Let's try it. Were you satisfied with the rides? Yes or no?
So what was the accident that caused it all? And what made the mascots become so hostile? Well, the answer lies in one of the collectibles which we can find during the exploration. This collectible is a costume which contains a recording of 2 employees talking to each other about new mascots being introduced to the park.
Whoa, where'd you find that? I've never seen anyone wearing one. Pretty snazzy. Ooh, looks like there's an audio recording tagged with costume in my database I've never noticed before. Let's listen.
Hey Jackson, you hear about the new mascots?
Yeah, think it'll put us out of a job?
I think so. Old, sport, and right after we got this damn raccoon costume.
Man, screw this place. I said we get our asses out of here and go straight to Vegas.
Aw, come on! They didn't even document the Indigo inventory ID for the costume! I was really looking forward to that. What a useless recording. Deleted.
It turns out the park brought new mascots to the park, which were not controlled by humans anymore, as the employees talking to each other explain how the new mascots will get them out the job, meaning no more humans are required to wear the costumes. This means that the mascots were probably controlled by AI and machines, hence why they would go out the job. This provides the backstory to what potentially went wrong, causing the accident leading to the closure of the park. For a park to be closed, it needs to be a severe case, which would make the park lose its credibility of being safe. Therefore, this means that someone must have lost their life or had been severely injured for the park to be closed. So, what could this accident be? In my opinion, one of the mascots' AI system possibly malfunctioned or even got hacked, leading to it attacking one of the visitors, which caused the immediate evacuation of the park, with all the visitors leaving in a panic. Immediate evacuation usually takes place when there is an ongoing threat to people, which would make sense to be a malfunctioning mascot on the loose. Also, Ed had his own first-hand experience with two mascots, Lloyd and Mollie, who were vicious and hostile, attacking him as if trying to harm or kill him. What is strange, however, is why Mollie would have blood if it is just a machine controlled by AI. So this, in a way, makes it more ambiguous to what is really happening. Is it possible Jackson and the other human mascots wanted to take revenge for losing their job causing the accident? And is it possible they are living here wearing the costumes to this day? That might be a long stretch, but anything could be possible with mascot horror games. The more plot twist, the more mascot horror game-like it will be, and the better. Anyway folks, that is it for chapter 1. If you have any theories, make sure to pop them down in the comment section below. As always, it's been your host R, and I will see you on the next one. Have a fantastic day.